All right, guys, Joe's going to do 40 sets of 40, maybe 50, and we're going to do some squats and push-ups today. Joe's already done some bag work and some other stuff, so we'll see how this goes. And of course, we put these videos out to motivate you to try to do more and more. And we got a lot of professionals that do watch our channel regularly and some big names whom I'm going to keep mum on. But you guys keep in mind, Joe's just 16. So if you ain't doing what he's doing at 16, and at 16 he's a heavyweight, and if you're in the heavyweight crowd and you ain't working like he does, you ain't going to be able to beat him. So motivate yourself, get better. We just show a little bit about what we do. I keep a lot of stuff in the vest pocket up here that we don't show, so maybe you're getting 5 to 10% of what we do today on video here that you're able to see. So it's not just doing these things that you're seeing. So get motivated. It's all about work. Anybody can do these things. They just have to be a hard worker. So you might not see the full push-ups here that Joe's doing. Well, maybe I'll tilt this down a little bit. And as most of you know, I'll probably get off into Storyville here while he is working. Did you get 40?
Yep.
All right. Now, of course, what we're doing now is just body weight training. You go back and you look, I put up just a little bit of the shoulder work and upper back work that he did yesterday. Plus, he did a whole lot of heavy bag work yesterday. Today, we did a whole lot of reflex bag work. And we've done some other things, but so you got to work yourself, guys. You got to work. And Joe will do some dumbbell or barbell weight work with squats, and he'll get on that squat machine. And so he does do some weight work with his legs too, and weight work with his back, his shoulders. One thing with that, if he does it, he would only do with dumbbells, is bench press work, but we don't do much or any at all of that any longer because Joe is he is doing so many push-ups, you know, so we're looking for the stopwatch. I don't know if I moved it or not. And he's looking for the stopwatch now. That thing will go off and start beeping, and I can't get it cut off. I'm not electronically. You know, why don't they just make a damn stopwatch where you press the button and then when you stop, you press the button? And this thing, it does do like that, but it gets off sometimes. It's just pain in the butt. You know, a boxing bell, there should be a bell you hit. But of course, I am an old guy. I'm a product of the 60s and the 70s. And we don't know how much he's going to get here, because he's going to start giving, because he's almost doubling the number he would do in a regular set. Did you get 40 there too?
Yeah.
All right. And if you'll notice, he's not going down where he's got his backside touching his Achilles tendons back there. And there's a reason why we don't do that. So we get a lot of comments from people that are like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And we got a lot of reasons behind that. Number one, in the boxing ring, he's not going to be squatting to where he needs to have his butt touching the floor. That's one main reason. There's nothing complicated about it. The work he's doing, we're doing for the style that he uses, and for the specific style that he uses in boxing. So, and thank the good Lord, all this stuff's worked, because we can't even get sparring partners. We can't get nobody to stick around more than a day. They start calling, oh, I can't come, and we just can't, even with Joe going just as almost as bad as easy as he can go, we can't even keep sparring partners around. And sometimes we get a fellow or two, they'll come in, they want to work, and then comes time to do some sparring, then they are not around no more. So it's a lot of variables going on with us. Rocky, could I get you to come back over here, buddy? I know you like that spot, but Joe's using it. Can you go over there and eat your bone? Thank you. Go on in here, Rocky. Come on. Go in there with Mama and eat your bone. So, and of course, we're working out here at the house today. So you get to see Rocky a little bit. And Rocky's always with me and Joe. We're a tight-knit bunch around here. Yeah, and if you guys are watching and sticking around with this thing, there's two things I want to talk about. What in the world is going on with this Carmelo Anthony stabbing that boy in the chest? And how in the world could any decent human being, I'm not talking about color, I'm talking about one boy stabbing another 17-year-old boy in the chest. And how can anybody defend that? You got that going on. All these woke people, the people that are enlightened, that a little boy can be a little girl, and all this debauchery and pervertedness. This thing was going on with Shannon Sharp, Mr. Slim Sooty, and now the gay stylist that he was out parading around with for 3 or 6 months has come out saying they had a relationship. And that's one thing I tell Joe, you want to figure out who a fella is, you look see how a guy's dressing. If he's Slim Goody in his attire, a man puts a pair of damn jeans on that's hugging his butt and all down his legs like a woman wears jeans. You know what that guy's all about. Now, every once in a while, 1 out of 10 of them, maybe 2 out of 10, will be ignorant. They're so ignorant they ain't had a daddy teach them how to dress in clothes. But folks, that ain't the style to go. That ain't the thing to go with. I look at these guys, they got these suits on and they look like idiotic, to say the least. When we were up at the gym, if you look at the last video we put out yesterday. We got these 18, 19-year-old kids, whatever, anywhere 17 to 19, come up in the gym. They're acting like 11 and 12-year-olds. And the product is, why is that? What is that a product of? That's a product of not having a strong daddy around. Daddies are necessary for boys to develop boys into men. For the mothers that have done a great job on their own, God bless them. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. If mama ran daddy off or anything like that, or wasn't doing her role, what the role was supposed to be or whatever, then I ain't saying God bless that mother, because that mother's not a good mother if she's ran dad off. And that's all I'm saying. And you know what? That happens more often than not in the world that we live in today. Men, irrespective of their color or their culture, are not getting up and just running around and leaving women all over the place. Women are asking for that to happen. Women are running men off. And we need to get in where the cool thing is to say, both my mom and my dad worked their tail ends off to provide a good life for me. You know, I didn't come from a weird household. I came from a household with mom and dad, see. And a lot of times that don't work out. And in my case, my dad died when I was a young fella. I was a kid, I was a baby. But that was unusual. That was not normal. My dad died young. And see, that stuff ain't, the point I'm getting to, you want to see an effeminate boy, you're going to have it's not going to be a strong man behind that. So, and that's just what's going on. And that's just the way it is. And I'm going to quit giving excuses and, oh, well, everybody else feels this. Well, you go feel that way. You know, go feel what this world's, the direction it's going into. Feel that that's the right direction. You can't even get nobody soldiers to be soldiers, you know. All that stuff's mess. So anyway, those are the two big things of the day. And both Shannon Sharpe, well, he's a big football player. He'd do it. No, Shannon Sharpe would do nothing in the room where I'm in, except run his big fat mouth. That's what would happen there. He's woke. He's not awake. He's woke. And everything he's been peddling's been damn lies, because look at what he's done. And he has done these things. So, of course, he would be in the woke crowd. He's gay. So, you young men, you boys that are developing into men, if you want to develop into a strong man, you don't want to be sitting around watching ESPN or Fox News Network or whatever these things are today. They've turned into nothing but woke, liberal women. In many cases, women who never really did sports themselves, and woke liberal men. Color ain't got nothing to do with it. It's the way these people are living, and they're no good. Got a fella, I forget the boy's name, his last name is Sanders in that draft. Of course nobody drafted Deion Sanders' boy. He wouldn't even go to the interviews. He was telling owners and GMs, oh, when I come, the team will be what I'm going to change the whole thing. So self-centered and foolish and ignorant. And nobody wanted him on the team. You'd get a two dysfunctional big mouth lunatics, the daddy and the son. So you guys might say, because everybody's bringing color into it, why are you only talking about black guys? Because right now it seems to be who the world's looking at. That's why. I could sit here and name off, there's 13% of the U.S. population, and we don't live in the United States right now, but it's our country, and it's damn well where we want to go back home to. But 13% of the population is of color, and 69% is white, and I'm just going after who's overrepresented, who's looked at most. So, and there's plenty of white ones. You look on that Travis Kelce guy. You want to talk about a queer bait, that's Travis Kelce. Oh, let me see how many vaccines I can get. Crazy ass. That guy he's the worst of the worst to anybody I just mentioned, as a matter of factly. The worst of the worst of them. He's, Mr. Vax up the rear and all that. Anyway, if you're a young boy and you ain't hearing people talk like I talk or similarly to it, and men that are angered by what young fools are doing, you ain't gonna become a man. You're just gonna go right down through here with this sissy society stuff. When I was a boy, that's all you heard out of the older fellas and the men. And it was double with me because we had hippies were coming about, see? And mid and late 60s, when I was coming up, they had hippies. And nobody liked them damn people. And rightfully so. Filthy people that wouldn't even bathe and let the hair grow down the ass and all that. There's nothing cool about that.
Parts your feelings. Un amigo te llama, o mejor dicho, menciona tu nombre, pero de una manera como...
So, life ain't supposed to be comfortable, young men. Life's supposed to be a little hard. And a little harder for the men. And the unfortunate thing is life's getting so easy for the young women that the young men are trying to become young women. I look around here and I'm so glad my son says, Dad, if I ever get in the ring with this one, I'm going to bust him up. If I get in the ring with that one, boy, he's got times of trouble coming. He hangs out in this sport a few more years to when I'm in there. And it'll be like boxers carrying pocketbooks and a crazy mess and wearing these glasses, glasses wearing eyeglasses 5 times bigger than the size of their head and face. And it's ridiculous as sick, God has them portraying who they are, and they're clowns. Effeminate clowns. Yeah, but at the gym yesterday, right at the tail end of that video, you guys need to go watch it. I got off my train of thought, but you had these high school boys up in there and they're hanging all over each other, putting their arms around each other. Now, meanwhile, they're whistling out a gate that's at the front of the gym up on the top floor and hollering down at the girls. And then they wonder why they can't get a girlfriend. They wonder why that when Joe walks up, all the girls are gawking at him and won't give them the time of day. And a lot of them are thinking, well, look at the muscles Joe has. Now, that might be something to do with it. It might have a bit to do with it. But Joe's seriousness, and he walks like a man, and he walks like he's sure of himself. And these other boys are sitting there, oh, Johnny, why can't I get a girlfriend? And they're touching on each other and putting their arms around each other. Go look at the last 30 seconds of the last video we put out yesterday. If you see this video, it'll always be in front of that video. So if you ain't watching this video tonight when we put it out, if it's a year from now, it's the video before this one on Joe's YouTube. The guys are in there. I'm like, you know, they go in there like the unserious gals go in there, because there's some serious gals that go in these gyms, and they are working their tail off to the bone. But they see these pretty girls come in and they'll do 2 or 3 reps or something, and then take selfies and wait 5 minutes and 10 minutes and do something else. And damned if the little boys ain't in there looking at these pretty women and doing this, that are already beautiful, already have a great body. They're not really in there to work. They're just in there to do a show. And damned if the little boys ain't doing what these girls are doing. And I don't know what the hell's wrong with these people. And the problem is these damn gym owners and these trainers ain't putting nothing out for young men to follow. Huh? Oh. Well, I'll get it. Joe's telling me the trash truck's coming. I'm going to try to hand the trash off to the fella. Muchas gracias, señor. Muchas gracias. Isn't that amazing? Here in Columbia, they'll pull up to your door. If they come. Joe's looking at me. So, there's always something. But these guys, you know, you young guys in boxing, what do you get to look to see? You get to look to see 75, 80-year-old men that are promoters that are sitting here woke as hell, backing every debauchery and every bad thing known to man. And that shows the young people the criminality going on in these old promoters' brains. And then you look, you see somebody like Bernard Hopkins wanting to get all touchy in Philly with Tank Davis, which it happened on stage, and where they promoting the fight, and you see all this stupid stuff, and Oscar De La Hoya putting up these effeminate, drug addict looking, half naked photos with a fake boobed, faked ass whore he has. And it just ain't nobody showing nobody nothing, the value of hard work or decency or straightforwardness and truthfulness and honesty and things like that. So, you know, if you're out there, if you're a damn gym owner, get off your ass and put a damn video out for young men and boys that'll tell them something different than the filth they seeing on the television or the bullshit they seeing online, and try to tell good young boxers and fighters that to be careful out there and give words of wisdom to these boys when they're young. Instead of just getting up trying to get YouTube clicks and being Mr. Nice Guy. Because ain't nothing nice about this sport and ain't nothing nice about this world. It'll eat you alive. How much you got already, son?
480.
480? All right. In total for both? Each one? Or just...
In total.
In total, okay. Well, we'll keep going a little bit here. That's just working up a sweat on you, but it ain't really helping you. I mean, it's helping you right now because it's hurting you, but keep going a little ways further. Get 600 or 700 in total at least, you know. So at least got something to show the folk of the hard work. So anyway, it's working you now, right? Joe, it is a little, or all right. Well, it's Wednesday. We don't get crap done on Wednesdays anyway for some reason. I don't know why that happens with us, but we get more done than most of you out there, but most professionals out there. I can tell you that through experience, but we're doing a lot of different things around here, and myself, I want to push that the young men coming up, the boys today, need to develop into stronger men. They just do, and they're not getting it anywhere. They're not getting it, and you'll see one gifted like exercise guy on there, and I'm tough, push yourself, and have some harsh words there. Then you turn around and see the guy, and he's acting like a half sissy in the next video, talking about the world, you know. So you got to have the edge all the way around. You got to have it. I can't even have Joe in public school. Well, why are you scared? No, I'm scared for your kids. That's what I'm scared for. I'm not scared for him. Well, I am. Because you may be raising an effeminate that feels like he needs to put a knife in somebody's chest by surprise because your kid's a pussy or something, and all emotional and crazy as hell. And a lot of the kids out there, you know, I ain't scared. When I say you, I don't mean you specifically just watching this video, you guys or gals. I mean in society in general. And so I would fear that somebody to bring a gun and try to shoot him because he punches them in the damn face when they get out of line, and they ain't used to being punched in the face or being put back in line from the law, from the teachers, from their parents, from their daddy. They feel privileged, and it's real funny. The ones that are claiming that everybody else has privilege are the ones that have privilege themselves. No matter the color of the specific person that's claiming others have the privilege. The color ain't got nothing to do with it. It's the attitude and the perspective that they've been taught that's effeminate as hell. And I will not apologize for one thing that I say on these subjects. I was totally shocked yesterday that those kids went from whistling at the girls, complaining they can't get a girlfriend, to putting their arms all over each other and hanging on each other like queer baits. And it's crazy because me, and from the age I grew up in, know exactly why they can't get a girlfriend, and they can't figure it out for the life of them.
And you tell them why they can't, and they still.
And they won't believe you. You know, they're sick, and it's a shame, but they're growing up sick in the brain because they got sick parents. And sickness can be negligence as well. If they're neglecting their kids, they're going to raise some sick kids. Well, you're too rough. Maybe you're rough on your son. No, we're walking the path that you mind your own damn business, you do your own damn thing, but you don't want the other people's crap forced off on us. That's how we're walking. That's it. Treat us like who we are, which is strong men, and you get out of that line, you have to pay and people don't understand you ain't raising your kids that way. They'll get out here in these damn streets and run up on a strong man, and they get killed or beat or disfigured or paralyzed or all sorts of bad things. You know, and there's a lot of room for effeminate men. You know, you can go be a computer scientist and be the strongest man in the world. It's not necessary. But if you're out here working on a construction site, you or countless other varieties of work, you need to be careful. That's even the damn police are effeminate as hell. They have to get 50 cops on one person, and half the damn cops are women. That if you got 3 or 4 strong men out there policing, they have to protect the police women that are out there. It's a crazy world that we're living in right now. And nobody's looking at the truth of the matter, of the facts of what's happening with this world. I don't mean to offend a woman. I ain't trying to say a woman can't be a police officer. But I'm saying it takes a certain type of woman to do that, like it takes a certain type of man to do that. Personally, if I got 5 big, strong men beating me down in the street or something, I don't want a woman police officer to respond to that. Would you? Are there any women out there that would want a woman police officer responding to that? There's certain roles that women and men have. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And it's just amazing to me over the last 20 years, the truth is so offensive. Anyway, folks, on Mondays and Wednesdays, typically, we do these types of videos, and it helps me vent, and Joe likes to hear it because he sees it in his daily life as well. And the damn police, no matter where we go, whether we're in the United States or here in Colombia, they just meet us in there. The first damn thing, in the first 10 minutes, first few minutes of conversating with them, don't let your boy fight nobody. Don't let him loose on nobody. When really the police should be going to these hoodlums and saying, don't mess with this guy. See? The world is flipped upside down. You know, they'll come tell me, oh, if Joe hits somebody, he's going to go under the jail. It'll be like he used a deadly weapon on somebody. And somebody can come up with rocks and hit us and run off. And oh well, you know, this world is totally flipped upside down. When the cops need to be going to these damn delinquents in the world, here or in the U.S., and telling them, don't be messing with this guy, see? Because the cops ain't going to side with the person that's working and sticking themselves and doing their thing. About a damn guarantee you can get is any kind of government. About one of the scariest things you can do today is you get in trouble and need help, call the damn cops. Because it's hit or miss with them. It's like flipping a coin. You don't know whether it's going to lay on heads or tails. That they like you call them for help, they'll lock your ass up. And this world's just flipped upside down and nobody's wanting to talk about it. You got people on extremes, you know, people that, oh, we hate the police, you know, defund them. That's sick. But then you got people on the other side that back them no matter what they do. They get out here and kill a kid that I believe his name is Tyree Nichols. The case is going on today. I believe they're waiting on a jury verdict. I forget what state it was in. I believe it was in Georgia, but I ain't sure. They go out there and just beat this guy to death. And you ain't hearing a whole lot about it right now because it ain't white cops doing it to a black guy. It was black cops doing it to a black guy. So, you know, ain't nothing really there to talk about there. And it happens to white people all the time too. Everybody's in the same damn boat. Don't make no difference what color you are. You call their ass out there, they stop you at a traffic stop. If they tell you to take your clothes off and run down the damn street, if you don't do it and you get killed, the people that back them say, well, they deserve that. They weren't in total compliance. And when they went up on that boy in that car, he wasn't. They were like, get out of the car, and going crazy on him, and he didn't know how to respond to that. And you know what? I don't think I'd know how to respond to that either. I probably would have got killed too. And it's obvious the guy was scared to death to put his hands behind his back. And who the hell's going to put their hands behind their back while they're standing up or laying down when they're getting punched in the face or when they're down on the ground getting kicked in the damn head? You know, so there's a lot of craziness going on in this world. So everywhere you look, everything you see, Satan's got his grasp up on everything. And everything has to be on a side. And the side is either on the right or on the left. And boy, that needs to really get tore down. You can go try to tell the Democrat, you know, come out with all these 100% studied upon, looked at facts, and they can't get a damn word you're saying. You go look, the ABC guy was trying to say that the photo of that wonderful Maryland father that beat the hell out of his wife constantly, that she had to get orders against him, and all this other stuff he had done and been in court for. He's got MS-13 right there in multiple photos on his, tattooed on his knuckles or his hand. And the damn ABC News guy's like, that's purported, they're photoshopped. And I'm like, what type of damn planet are these people on? And that sort of sickness is everywhere. It's everywhere, folks. So anyway, I'm on a rant here, and that's what you get on these videos when we're at the house. Sometimes when we're in the gym, we get into them. I was in the gym the other day. It was the day before yesterday. It was Monday. I was telling a guy that, you know, we got a lot of, we got a guy in there that's bench pressing 500 or 600 pounds. I mean, we got some big fellas down there. But I'm standing there telling this kid, you know, fighting's different. We work different. There ain't a guy in this gym out of the biggest and the toughest in here that Joe wouldn't whoop their ass. And I'm in it, and I said it out loud in front of everybody. You know, and if they wanted to get down and get on it, then, you know, Joe'd be willing to spar with them or sling down with them. And so we're bold everywhere we go. We're bold, you know. But I'll tell you this, you know, Joe goes up on Tyson Fury or to mention somebody from the U.S., Deontay Wilder today, and he's not going to be picking fights with those people, and we're not picking fights with anybody. However, we're not going to lay down on the ground, and we're not going to kowtow to anybody. And you need to develop your life as a young man, or a boy becoming a young man, that ain't going to be your avenue as well. Now, when I say that, maybe, you know, if somebody's shooting a gun at you, you should run and get away from that. So there's degrees to it. So just use your head and try to figure out what I'm telling you. Because this universe today will question you into what if, like a 3-year-old kid going, why, you know. What you got now, son?
140.
640, you want to go for 700? All right. So he's going to get 700 in total here, so he'd have about 350 and 350, right? And you go back and look at some of the older videos he's done. How many squats have you done at one time?
1,000.
Yeah. It was 1,200, I think, right?
Maybe.
He's saying he's done 1,500. I'm just saying on video. If he says 1,500, he's done 1,500 because you wouldn't believe what goes on in here during the course of a day. And the most push-ups he's done at one time has been 1,000. And now when I say that, he ain't done 1, 2, 3 and finished at 1,000. He's took, you know, little respites in there like he's doing now. But this is absolutely the easiest thing that we do. Wouldn't you agree, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the easiest thing that we do. And we do these because he needs to get the time in on them, and it gives me time to vent and tell some fundamental truths as I see them from my end of the spectrum of things. And trust me, folks, I don't sit here and talk to it with the goal of trying to upset everybody. However, my goal is to upset some people to get them off their can and get them to thinking a little bit different and to get them to moving in a better direction than the direction of what everybody else is doing, because we are seeing what everybody else is doing is not working. You look around, you got professional athletes that are entitled babies. You see records broke, but they're not real records, folks. You go back in my day, you had 10 and 12 game seasons. So you got 16 games today. Oh, I'm speaking in football right now. Ain't none of these new guys broke anything. They bend rules to make it more exciting, where there's more of this or that in it. That's an advantage, gives an athlete an advantage. There ain't a damn person that stand up to athletes of old. Not a one. You got 700? All right, so you got 350 and 350. We're going to stop right here. Already before he started here, he done quite a bit of work. And when we get off of here, we're going to do some other stuff in a little while after a little respite for him. I want you guys to know, I'm going to get back here, that we love you. Up in here, God is our Lord, our King, and our Savior. I talk tough. I'm trying to get a fire started up underneath fathers and young men and younger boys so they'll develop into real men, something we are lacking in this world today. So we want you to know we love you, and we hope you have a good rest of the week, and we will see you again soon.